Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Asshole Playing Video Game. In the previous episode, I blasted through the Prelude of the mod pack and got my first circuit. And today, we're finally going to be making machines. Let's get started. So what are we doing this episode? Well, besides praying Mr. Ball doesn't make another shitty TF2 joke, I'm going to be focusing on 3 things. I need a shit ton of resources, a building to start my factory in, and a machine. Let's begin with the resources. To progress in this mod pack, I'm going to need a ton of raw material, like thousands of iron, copper, redstone, and other ingots. But in order to smelt all that, I'm going to need more coal than a Pakistani influencer. So, time to enter the mines for a dozen real-life hours. Before that though, I have a challenge for you. I want you to leave a comment right now guessing how many iron mining hammers I'm going to use in total throughout the video. Whoever's closest will get to name my first machine. I hope none of my viewers are from Instagram Reels, cause otherwise, well, it was nice knowing you guys. With that out of the way, it's montage time! See, that wasn't so bad. I only mined for 6 hours straight. Here's the yield from our mining trip. Not bad, right? This should be enough for the whole playthrough then, right? Maybe. The truth is, you'll never truly know how much stuff you're gonna need for future progression, which is why it's best to overestimate so you don't have to worry about shortages later. Now, I know I did a lot of mining in Minecraft, but did you know that you can also build shit in this game? Yeah, I know, I think a tear just ran down my leg. With that in mind, it's now time for me to start building the warehouse for my factory. Now, don't expect a Hecuba level build, because let's be honest, I'm not that good of a builder, but I'll still try to make it somewhat visually appealing. And if you don't like it, then maybe my ears deceive me, but did you say you want another Think remake? Alright, let's get building. And by that I mean let's start another montage!
Barbecue chicken alert! 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 Give me that word! Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert!
Where'd it go? He stole my dirt. That dickhead. Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! No, where'd he go? I can barely hear him because I'm like this.
Fuck! Now! Die!
No!
Weak! Have I
Kick your ass. No, I'm not running away.
for this? Now!
Yeah, that's right, bitch. I'm gonna use her Ender Pearl in defiance.
I like pizza, I like burger, I like chicken nugget, and I like honey mustard.
And that's the warehouse done. Yeah, it's not my best work, but whatever, at least it's a build. With the resources and warehouse acquired, I can finally start making my first machine. But before that, I need an energy source to power my machines. I unfortunately don't have a Son Piker on speed dial, so instead, I'm going to be making steam dynamos. Steam dynamos are blocks that burn water into steam and convert it to electricity, and require all these things to craft one. But wait a second, did you catch that? Let's review the footage. Steam dynamos are blocks that burn water into steam, water. With this in mind, we need to make an infinite water source for each steam dynamo we make. That way I don't have to manually dump buckets of water in a dynamo every time my power goes out. And considering I easily made one already in the year of 1BK with just a few plates of wrought iron, as well as having enough iron to invent the shittiest sport in history, this should be a cakewalk. Which is what I would say if that's what I was doing, because before doing that, I'm going to be making 32 circuits. Yeah, see, I fooled you there, huh? Surprised you even. Kinda like how I surprised myself midway through editing this video. Since I'm going to be making a lot of machines in the next episode, I'm going to need a lot of circuits, so I might as well get it out of the way now. This will be pretty easy due to the mining trip giving me almost all the things I need to make circuits, minus the paper. The first thing I did to complete this task was to raid the nearby village and make the local homeless people beat the shit out of each other. No, I'm kidding, that was just for fun. What I actually did was turn my roof into a sugarcane farm. That way, I could get an infinite source of paper. So the paper problem is solved, right? No, because plants need this shit called time to grow. I swear this is the IDF's fault, even if they gave us Kirkified images. So I guess it's over then, huh? Well, thankfully no, because we have SNAD. I'm not kidding. Now, this isn't just a misspelled piece of shit. This is a miracle worker for sugarcane. Because if you give the SNAD a bunch of redstone signals, it'll cause the sugarcane to grow very fast. This will actually be used in the future for fueling power generation, but that's for later. So now I get to sit here with a redstone powered sugarcane plant and farm sugarcane. So, do you like sports or something? And with 10 minutes of my life wasted punching virtual sugarcane, I've got all the paper I need to make the circuits. But then another problem arose, that being the lack of rubber to make the circuit boards. So to solve that, I added a rubber tree farm to the roof. With that and our century of crafting, I finally got enough circuits to last through most of low voltage. But what is low voltage, you may ask? Well, when it comes to making machines, they're ranked in tiers, low voltage being the lowest and 0-point module being the highest. The tier of machinery also coincides with the kind of materials you use. So for instance, while a low voltage machine needs stuff like wrought iron, steel, copper, and other basic materials, 0-point module machines need a few fucking neutron stars, the blood of God, and the scales of 1,000 dead dragons. But that's a few thousand years of gameplay down the line, so for now, let's just focus on the low voltage stuff. Now that I'm done with the circuits, I can go back to making steam dynamos. Just kidding, I already made them. Eat shit, chud. With our energy production set up, I should be able to power a machine now, right? No. In order to power my machines, I need to convert my RF energy into EU energy. What's the difference? I don't know, I'm on my second gap year by the way. To do this, I need to make a CEF to convert the energy into EU. All I need to make this is a machine hall, some energy conduits, a circuit, and some conductive iron wires. Nothing fancy. And with that done, I can finally make my first machine. Now, there are a lot of machines I can make right now. I can make a macerator, which turns ingots into dust. I can make a compressor to create plates, or even a polarizer. No, I'm just kidding, that shit is barely useful. But in the end, I decided to make a wire mill, since progressing in the game demands a lot of wires. And if I have to make one more goddamn wire cutter, I'm going to start making barcodes on my arms. To make a wire mill, I need the usual suspects, that being a machine hall, a circuit, and a conductive iron cable. But I also need motors. Motors are pretty much the same as circuits, being that they are needed in most of, if not all, machine crafting recipes. They're pretty easy to make, needing just a few wires here and there and a few iron rods. So, without further ado, let's make the wire mill. And there we go, our first machine. Man, we've come a long way in just 2 episodes, from some dweeb unredacted to creating a revolutionary gadget. Now all we need to do is slap on a few cables and test it out. Wow, El Nassar would be proud. And with that, I'd say that's it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider liking the video, and maybe even subscribing, and make sure to hype the video. Hype helps small channels like me get a chance in the lands of engagement slop and beastification, so it would do me a huge favor. With all that said, thank you for watching, and as always, stay happy and wacky.
Dann spür ich erst, wie allein ich bin und das kann ich an jedem beweisen, dass ich absolut nur auf dich bin. So wie die Sonne scheint, scheinst du für mich, ich brauch dich fürs Leben. So wie die Blumen blühen, blühst du für mich, du kannst mir so viel Herzlichkeit geben.